On today's show,
our angry Uncle Bob is back with some strong opinions about the Heat retiring Shaq's jersey, as well as George Karl's comments about Melo.
we debate the Hall of Fame chances for Tracy McGrady, Big Ben Wallace, and Little Muggsy Bogues.
And Hawks rookie Taurean Prince shines in a brand new edition of the Meme Team.
It's Thursday, December 22nd. The starter starts now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to The Starters. Whether you're listening to the podcast, joining us live right now on NBA TV, or a little bit later on YouTube, we're happy to have you. I'm J.E. Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tas Mellis.
Shout out to Dion and Donald Glover.
To his right, the international man of mystery, taking it to the max, Lee Ellis.
Friend.
Lily. Finally, last, and certainly least, in this instance, home for the holidays, it is Angry Uncle Bob.
Hello.
Bobby.
He's back. Well, I know you guys are probably already done shopping, but I brought my Christmas list along in case you want to get your old Uncle Bob something for the holidays.
No thanks.
Fine. Anyways, but first thing I want is a pack of 3 white cotton tank tops, size medium. You guys know I love wearing tank tops under my robes. Keep the spills under my chest. I feel like your Aunt Carol either trying to embarrass me or just wants to see this hot bod on television.
Medium?
Medium. I've worn the same
right.
size since 74,
Yeah, right.
Skeets.
Yeah.
They stretch, okay? Number 2 on the list, a giant oversized tin of popcorn with 3 flavors, caramel, cheddar, and regular. I love the caramel, your Aunt Carol loves the cheddar, and we split the regular. It works very nice for us. Finally on my list, been there for 51 years, a Red Ryder BB gun. People say, Bob, you're 60 years old, why do you need a BB gun? Well, I got squirrels. They come over the fence, they eat your Aunt Carol's jalapenos, and I want those peppers.
All right.
So any of these 3 things would be fine.
We'll get on that.
Size medium, remember?
Yeah, I got
Let's
that.
get on those singlets immediately.
Yeah. Last time we had you on the show, it was for Thanksgiving, Bob, and you were saying, slow down.
Thirsty.
You were saying about how the Eurostep is un-American, super teams are a joke. Anyway,
True.
what's grinding your gears this holiday season?
Well, I saw Shaquille O'Neal was having his jersey retired by the Miami Heat. Are you kidding me? The guy didn't even play 4 seasons there. Everybody knows he's a Laker. Shaq shouldn't have his number retired in Miami. What's next, Michael Jordan?
Good one, Uncle Bobby. He's already got it retired there in Miami.
What?
Yeah, what do you think about this?
I think it's fine.
Of course it's fun.
Yeah, he was only there a short time, but those 3.5 seasons he was there were very, very effective. Obviously, it gave the Miami Heat their first championship, and even though it wasn't the MVP Shaq of his earlier days, he still was an extremely good player there. Look at those averages, basically 20 and 10. And again, I think when you look at what the Heat did, without him, they don't win that championship their first time in 2006, and maybe they don't even get the big 3. Maybe Dwayne Wade looks to move on after that.
I think that's 100% true. Pat Riley said it was our seminal moment. It was bigger than the big 3 coming because it turned our franchise around. They had good players before Shaq got there. You know, Steve Smith, Glenn Rice, Alonzo Mourning. But it wasn't until Shaq got there when they became a championship contender, and people looked at them and said, all right, I mean, I'll go there to win a championship. If Shaq doesn't go there, you know, does Gary Payton come win a championship? Highly unlikely. And you know, the list goes on and on. Obviously, Dwayne Wade was their best player in that championship team, but, you know, from the outside looking in, Bob, we don't really know how that team viewed itself, how others viewed it, and that's the moment.
Yeah.
Shaq coming there in 2004, even though it wasn't there a long time, the Miami Heat became the Miami Heat.
And other stars, superstars, because you got to be a superstar to get your jersey retired by 2 teams, which now Shaq is joining that elusive list, like your Kareems,
Oscar
your
Robertson,
Wilts, who's had it 3 times, Oscar Robertson. I mean, it goes on and on. A select few, but they're superstars. Barkley's one of them. No problem with it at all if it's well-deserved in both. So, yeah, you're crazy for this one. He deserves it, and we congratulate him on it.
Crazy for this one, Bob.
Yeah.
He's no Artist Gilmore, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I saw my all-time favorite NBA coach, George Karl, wrote a book. Heard he had some things to say about those bozos, Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith. I haven't read the book. I'm not going to. But I love that George Karl. He's a real straight shooter. He really is.
Not a shock that Angry Uncle Bob likes a
Sides
guy
with him.
who just wrote a book called Furious George. Right?
It's not a shock that George Karl would come up with this book because in '97, it wasn't read by many people, but
Right.
he had a book way back when with the title, This Game's the Best, So why don't they quit screwing with it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and George has continued that angry banter.
You gonna read it, Lee?
I'm not sure. I don't really like the excerpt that's coming out.
Right.
He's having a shot at former players Carmelo, Kenyon Martin and J.R. Smith. This is a coach who has had a history of clashing with players pretty much every stop he's been to. If you go back to Seattle, Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. In Milwaukee, clashed with Sam Cassell and Ray Allen and Glenn Robinson. And of course, most recently in Sacramento, he wasn't even there basically for more than a day, and he and DeMarcus Cousins had been fighting. So sometimes I think it's more about just trying to sell the book and trying to get some publicity and make some money. I don't think those sorts of things are always the best idea for a coach who's got not a great reputation.
Yeah, he's, again, the excerpts we're seeing, especially about Melo, the superstar of those three guys in JR and Kenyon, saying he's not a true leader, saying that, he was unwilling to share the spotlight, definitely questioning Melo's defense. This is a shame because they actually did have some success together.
Yeah.
I mean, they were going to the playoffs. They got very close in 2009 of even getting there to the finals. That's what's disappointing about this, but you're right. George Karl does have a history of clashing with superstars, so maybe this isn't a surprise. Maybe this is just a ploy to sell some books too, and maybe more people are going to read it than the first one with all of these things coming up. What do you think, Angry Hope Bob?
Back when I played, we didn't have the three-point line because we were men. And now I see the best offense in the league. That Canadian team you fellas like barely shoots them. I'll say it. 2s are better than 3s. Just look at the Raptors.
Oh, yeah, the Raptors with the best offense.
Still can't believe Canada has a team.
Yeah, not only best offense, not only in the season or in the NBA this year, but of all time right now. Historic offense here from the Raptors, despite not shooting a whole lot of threes and getting it done at the free throw line and in other ways.
But what's that stat you said earlier today? They've had, at this point of the season, the best offense a few years ago as well. We came with some ammunition to this fight here, Bob, and not just your BB gun.
Yeah, that's right. Back Chris Bosh's last year, I believe it was, Hedo Turkoglu, one of your friends, was there. They, at one point during the season, had also a historic offense. The problem was they were pairing it with an unhistoric defense, one of the worst defenses of all time at that time. But this is weird to see in today's NBA game. I mean, Angry Uncle Bob's right about that. You got the Rockets shooting what feels like 50, 60 threes a night. And the Raptors do it by getting the line, taking care of the basketball, obviously with a deep team. That's how they're doing it. And they have an efficient all-star backcourt, too, in Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan.
It's considered a bad shot, the two-pointer these days, or a wasted shot, because if you're going to get outside, you may as well take a three-pointer. But if it works for you and that's how your offense flows, then go to it. And a lot of older style coaches like Stan Van Gundy, he says, look, if it's an open shot, it's a good shot, whether it's a 3 or a 2. And DeRozan is showing how he is able to utilize his strengths to get to his positions and make the most of what he's doing. Lowry's doing the same thing. They're also getting to the free throw line to get those easy points. So it's working for them. Of course, the test is going to be whether they can sustain it for the entire season and then how effective it can be in the playoffs against the Cavs.
Yeah, that's the point. It's a better offense for the regular season than it is 4, 5, 6, 7 straight games against a team, right? Because you can gear up for it. If you want to carry a team with 2 guys that are so isolation heavy, it's a struggle against opponents in the playoffs. That being said, DeMar's obviously growing. He's getting better, and no one really saw his growth coming this season.
No.
This is all him. This is all him in the offseason, working his butt off. This team has been phenomenal. I wish they had a third guy that they used a little bit more on the inside, and I wish they had a big that could roam a little bit more defensively. This is just some wishful thinking around the hall.
That's fine.
Well, that's the problem. They can't stop the Cavs. When the Cavs go 5 out, they don't have a big that can move. They play Bebe. He's not good enough. Jonas, he's not good enough defensively. That's the issue.
Still wild that the Raptors have a better offensive rating than the Golden State Warriors.
Yes, for sure.
All right, back to you, Angry Uncle Bob.
Yeah, I was watching the Kings last night. I love that DeMarcus Cousins. Reminds me a lot of myself, to be honest with you. But then the Jazz brought a motorcycle on the court during the game. Come on! Motorcycles shouldn't be allowed on a basketball court. They're gonna ruin the varnish.
I'm surprised by your take on this. I thought you would be a motorcycle guy, listening to CCR.
I love motorcycles, love Steppenwolf.
Yeah, CCR.
Keep it outside. Let it out. Let your hair blow in the wind.
You don't like it on the court.
Yeah, exactly right. There's a lot of varnish on those courts. Got to keep them shiny.
Have to agree with Uncle Bob
Okay.
on this one.
All
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not even allowed to wear some type of shoes on the court, in case you scratch a surface. He's got a motorcycle out there.
What is this mascot? What is that mascot? That first mascot? I get
He's a
Rocky.
bear.
Yeah, he's a bear, I guess.
There's Bango.
I didn't realize how many mascots were bringing motorcycles out onto the court. Maybe it's an epidemic. Maybe you're
Apparently.
right. All right, time for one more, Angry Uncle Bob.
Yeah, one last thing that got my goat. I saw a little of the Bulls game last night. Your Aunt Carol, that's her favorite team, of course. She's from Chicago. But then something really stupid happened.
And Jimmy telling him to turn the music off. They kept blaring the music. Jimmy, did you see that? Jimmy throws the ball back to the official, turns around, looks at the scorer's table and says, hey, turn that off.
Music during a basketball game? Are you kidding me? Turn it down. This is a basketball game, not a discotheque.
What do you think?
Well, it worked for Jimmy on that play for sure, because he knocked it in. But yeah, I think there is a little bit too much music. Every possession there's some sort of new tune going. We could tone it down a little.
Must be hurting your old ears a little bit.
a little.
A little bit. It gets to be a little bit
Yeah.
much because
I
the
wouldn't-
fans. It drowns out the fans a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I want the
that's the
fans to
disappointing
carry the cheering. That is disgusting.
Oh, man.
That's going to drown out the
You
fans.
guys know I love eggnog.
And drink it.
We got to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to debate whether Tracy McGrady, Ben Wallace, and Muggsy Bogues deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame. Come on back. Can we get... Yesterday, the Basketball Hall of Fame announced their list of nominees for the 2017 ballot of potential inductees. 3 intriguing new names on the list: Tracy McGrady, Ben Wallace, and Muggsy Bogues. So let's find out whether we're up or down on those guys' chances of making the Hall. We asked you to do the same on Twitter, #TheStarters, whether you're up or down. Let's start with Tracy McGrady. I'll give you the Cliff's Notes version for T-Mac here. 7-time NBA All-Star, 7-time All-NBA selection, and a 2-time NBA scoring champ. Guys, are you up or down on T-Mac getting inducted into the Hall of Fame? Boom, boom, boom.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a question.
Yeah.
What are the arguments against him? That he didn't have a lot of playoff success.
I'll tell you what.
What?
Never won a title.
Yeah.
Gotta win a title in my book to get into the Hall of Fame. Number 2, always injured. Back in my day, guys played whole seasons with broken legs. He's no Hal Greer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we can just cut his mic at any time here. Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't have the playoff success. Can you blame him for not having incredible players around him? You talk about injuries. Let's say Grant Hill or Yao Ming are healthy for a good chunk of time. Maybe we're talking about an entirely different career, but he was one of the best players for a long period of time in this league.
Yeah.
And you can't punish him for not having great talent around him. He still performed in the postseason. And the other argument, he didn't play a ton of games because he was injured. I think you see a guy like Bernard King, who got in.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't reach that 20,000 marker, that 20,000 point marker, either did Tracy McGrady.
Right.
You can't punish him for not being injured or not having guys around him to get him some playoff success like a Mitch Richmond, perhaps.
I don't think he needs it anyway because he had enough individual accolades, like you mentioned. The 7-time All-NBA, I think, is pretty much enough anyway because we know that's a select group of guys who make it. And he was super special for a long time. The knock will come on people who say, well, he led 3-1 in the playoffs once and he also led 2-0 and he lost and he never got out of that first round. The only time he did was in San Antonio at the end when he was just really a fill-in type of player at the end of his career. And he never had any Olympic or sort of college success to sort of maybe just to help his credentials. But I don't think, again, he needs all that stuff. He was a spectacular player, scored enough points, did enough things in that short time that he should get in.
He's one of the best scorers we've ever seen.
For sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
Allen Iverson is in the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
and rightfully so. I think his per 36 numbers, McGrady's to Iverson's, are actually fairly comparable.
Yeah.
Iverson had the one finals run, but he didn't have a ton of playoff success
No.
either. So I think, like Iverson, Tracy McGrady should definitely go into the Hall of Fame. All right, I think it gets a little more interesting with our next two guys here. Big Ben Wallace. All right, Ben Wallace, defensively, unbelievable. 4 times he won Defensive Player of the Year. Won a title, Uncle Bob, there with the Pistons.
Congratulations.
In 2004, has his jersey, number 3 jersey, retired by Detroit in January earlier this year. But what do you guys think? Up or down on Ben Wallace being inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I think he's a lock,
He's
too.
a lock. He's
Yeah.
a lock.
A
in my
lock?
opinion. Yes.
Yeah.
He again has got the credentials. He was the best defensive player in the league for maybe 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
He won the defensive player of the year 4 times out of 5 years. He was all defense 6 times. He won that championship. a lot of guys are in the Hall of Fame who are very good offensive players, and they say, well, he wasn't the greatest defensive player in the world. He was a superstar defensive player who wasn't the greatest offensive player as far as shooting the ball, but rebounding, defending, doing everything you needed to do. For me, he's an absolute certainty.
You agree?
Yeah. He was the absolute best defensive player on one side of the ball. It's still half of the game. And yeah, offensive guys get in who aren't good defensive players. So why can't it be the other way around?
Right.
And you see guys like Dennis Rodman who've gotten in. I think Ben Wallace can be comparable.
Mutombo, even?
Yeah.
For sure.
And I know we can keep, not the term isn't dropping the bar, but unfortunately guys who are indicative of guys who will be in, right? And I do think Rodman should be in there, and Ben Wallace should get in strictly on merit alone, and forget about the comparisons. They're just that good on the defensive side of the ball. I'm sorry, they changed the way other teams played.
Sorry, I just saw Angry Uncle Bob downing a bunch of eggnog. I had flashbacks to one of our pick and payoff shows. You like it?
Eggnog, thumbs up.
Okay, you're going to get the shakes real soon, I'll tell you that, drinking all that.
Slowing down a little over here.
Okay, so we all agree. Again, let's hear from you guys on Twitter, #Stars. Are you in on Ben Wallace, despite not scoring a whole bunch, but all that defensive accolades and team success, too, going to 6 Eastern Conference Finals straight, got the title. So let's hear what you guys think.
The first undrafted guy to be in the Hall of Fame.
That's amazing.
That would be a pretty big accomplishment.
Unbelievable, it would be. All right, final one here, guys. From Big Ben to Little Muggsy Bogues. Shortest player to ever play in the NBA. Just 5'3", which still sounds mind-boggling. He played 14 years, best known for his 10 years with the Charlotte Hornets. Are you up or down on Muggsy Bogues going in eventually to the Basketball Hall of Fame?
No!
Yeah. Wow.
I don't see how you put him in, unfortunately. Is it sort of just a charity
or an achievement
nod? Yeah, because he's 5'3". I mean, what happens? He didn't make an All-Star team. That's a huge problem.
Yeah.
I mean, what happens if a 5'2" guy comes into the league one day? Does he get into the Hall of
It's
Fame?
actually truly lowering the bar.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
The fact that he got 14 seasons in the NBA is an incredible accomplishment.
Sure.
But if you base it on the stats of what he's achieved and what other guys have gotten to get in, then I don't think he qualifies.
Yeah, there's a reason I think that this is his first nomination some 15 years after he retired. I think that's the little nod here. Not that he's eventually going to get in, just to say, wow, it is pretty amazing that a 5'3" guy not only made the league, played for that long, and did have success, putting up 10 and 10s and stuff like that.
Very good player he was.
Yeah.
Just not a Hall of Famer,
Not
I
a
wouldn't
Hall of
say.
Famer.
Yeah, if Aunt Carol can post you up, you're not getting in the Hall of Fame. Didn't like Calvin Murphy when he played. Didn't like Spud Webb. 6 feet or taller only.
Okay, Angry Uncle Bob. Gotta take a quick break. When we return, Torian Prince plays Mad Bingo in a new edition of the Meme Team. Don't go anywhere.
Someone say bingo?
He's dabbing it. You get it? Welcome back to the starters. Angry Uncle Bob helping himself to some more eggnog there.
You want some?
No, thank you.
I know you like eggnog, Skeet.
Every Thursday, guys, we scour the internet to bring you the Meme Team, our favorite weird and wacky moments from the past 7 days.
At number 5, check Kevin Love's Home Alone sweater. That's great stuff. He's Macaulay Culkin. Only way it would have been better was if he was on the Wolves, you know, because he didn't have the teammates back then.
At number 4, Raps forward Damari Carroll singing Christmas carols. Take it away, senior swag daddy.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bell rock.
He also sings Deck the Halls, Home for the Holidays, Frosty the Snowman, and one of everyone's favorites, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus under the mistletoe last night.
Bruno Caboclo singing Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad.
Bruno, steal the show.
At number 3, Torian Prince, Hawks rookie. Man, this guy's got some energy.
Wow.
He does not stop dabbing after the Hawks hit a big shot. And then this one might even be better. Kent Bazemore buries a 3 from the wing, does the little split jump there, and Torian Prince just does it for him
He
again.
nails it,
That's
too.
the new Bazemoring.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's see it again.
There
It's
it
so
is.
good. Let's see it twice.
At number 2, a couple of ex-Cavaliers got their 2016 championship rings over the past week. Timofey Mozgov just gets tackled there, or group hugged by the guys, and then Matthew Dellavedova getting his ring, and here they come again.
Don't mess up his hair, guys.
Fun bunch.
Yeah.
A little bit more Delhi here at number 1. This fan absolutely loves him here on the right. Oh, wow. It's Matthew Dellavedova.
Whoa.
Oh my God! That's him. Yeah. It's right there.
Close to the action. What a fan. So there it is. There is the meme team. Tass. Mm-hmm. We also had a wedgie.
We had a wedgie.
Yeah!
Woo!
We needed it. We need these, man.
Yeah, we're slowing down a little bit in the pace, but this was number 16 from Devin Booker. This is 2 in 3 nights.
Good.
It's good.
Way to stick it, Book.
We've got 16 wedgies through 435 games this season, one every 27 games. But we're still projected at 48, as you see on the right. We had 44 last year. We're just trying to get to 50. We include the playoffs because we want to get to 50 so bad, but we're not on pace quite yet.
Bob, you like the wedgie?
Back in my day, we called it a neck ball.
Okay.
But I like it.
All right, when we come back, you'll like this, Uncle Bob. Lili's very solid play. It's all fundamentals.
Beautiful.
Last night's pick'em results, not good for me. I have officially lost the month of December. Trey picks up the win.
Attaboy.
I'm done.
What are we going to do tomorrow, Skeets?
Well, we'll find out at 6 p.m. Eastern here on NBA TV. I will be doing,
Don't sound too excited.
once
The
again,
leftover eggnog over here.
no thank you. It's not eggnog. It's not eggnog. I have no idea what it is, but you guys will punish me somehow, I'm sure. Or I'll just get to do what Lee does and just hang out in front of a green screen. What a punishment
That was tough, man. I'm
Yeah.
still recovering.
All right, so for no particular reason, well, actually got a nice race between Lee and Tass for the tops. Spurs, Clippers, Trey and Lee with the Spurs, Tass and I with the Clips. Lee, VSP time.
Heading down to the Fortress. And it's just a simple one here from the Hawks. Paul Millsap, look for Kyle Korver cutting here. Look at this, beautiful pass, beautiful finish, just simple. Don't always have to be a spectacular play. It can just be a simple one that finishes in a layup like that. That's what I call a very solid play.
Nice stuff. Tass, you were there. You saw that live.
I could see me in the background of that clip, actually, Skeets.
Wow. All right. Tonight, TNT doubleheader. Lakers versus Heat. Shaq will get his jersey retired there in Miami. And the second game, it's the pick and play. It's Spurs versus Clippers. So some nice action there. Coverage beginning very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. Tomorrow, Starters Drop podcast. We're going to hand out some Christmas NBA gifts.
Right.
And sort of do an NBA Christmas wish list as well as all the other fun punt gun and tweet of the week and all that. So check out the Drop podcast, and otherwise we'll be back tomorrow night. Uncle Bob, thanks, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, if you're still looking for Christmas gifts, well, just follow the treasure trail.
Oh man, brace the night, people. You disgust me.
God.